Hello, hi, and welcome to this episode of the Mandy Meyer Podcast. As per usual, this podcast is all about chatting about your health and fitness goals, helping you achieve those goals by asking the difficult questions. Of course, someone needs to do that. Someone needs to ask those questions, and that person is me. And the question itself, I'll be very honest with you, it sounds like a pretty simple question, like a pretty straightforward question, because it is, but the answer is going to take, maybe some of you will know the answer immediately, maybe some of you are going to have to either journal about it, you're going to have to think about it, maybe put that pen to paper and try and figure out what it is. But the question to you today is, what is the thing, right? I say the thing, but it could potentially be things. What is the one thing that you are avoiding on your health and fat loss expedition? I want you to try and figure that out. And if there's more than one thing, figure the things out. And the reason why I say that or I ask that question is because a lot of the times, most of the times, more often than not, there are things that you are avoiding, whether that is stemming from a fear of failure, whether that's stemming from a fear of success, whether the avoidance is stemming from maybe I'm just not ready yet, or what will people think of me if maybe I don't succeed at doing it. There's all those questions that are probably running through your head, but in this moment, you most likely, if I'm very honest, most likely you're sitting there and you know, like, oh, there is something that I am avoiding. And, you know, to give you a couple of examples, it could be something like maybe you've been wanting to do a 5-kilometer park run or park walk, but you haven't done it yet because maybe you're too scared to go out there and do it. Maybe you've been wanting to ask your partner for support, for example, or ask your best friend for support, for example, but maybe you haven't done it yet. Maybe you're avoiding it because you're scared of maybe bringing up the topic of conversation that you're trying to lose weight and get healthy again. And the reason why I say again, because a lot of the times people will avoid asking for support because they've done it before and they fear that sort of level of maybe embarrassment that might come with it, where someone might feel judged, as someone might be saying or thinking, oh no, not again. I know I was in that situation. So you need to try and figure out what it is that you are avoiding. Is it that you are avoiding doing that 5-kilometer park run? Is it that you're avoiding the fact that you want to ask for support, but you're too scared to ask for support? Is it maybe that you are avoiding the fact that you want to cut out alcohol consumption, your alcohol consumption during the week, but you're not doing it? And now are you avoiding that topic of conversation with yourself because maybe you're too scared to try and do it? Because how is it going to change your life? How is it going to change your, I want to say, your social environment as well? So maybe you've just put that to one side and you've just ignored that a little bit. So you're avoiding it. And the reason why I bring up the avoidance thing, or asking you to figure out what it is that you are avoiding on your health and fat loss expedition, is purely because a lot of the times the things that you are avoiding, the thing that you are not doing, the thing that you are pushing to one side, that is often the thing that you need to start doing, that you have to start tackling if you want to see progress on this expedition. I'm not saying that you can't see progress on this expedition if you don't go do a park run, or if you don't ask for support, or if you don't do X, Y, or Z. But a lot of the times it's the things that you aren't doing, the things that you are avoiding, that are the things that are potentially holding you back from moving forward and creating that change that you want to see. And like I said, and I say this with a smile on my face, because you're probably sitting there at this moment in time, either watching this podcast episode or listening to this podcast episode, and you're probably sitting there and you're nodding and you're agreeing and you're like, yes, there is something that I am avoiding, and you probably know exactly what it is. So my message to you today is, number one, if you don't know what it is, try and figure out what are some of the things that are holding you back, or what are some of the things that you are maybe scared to do. If you know what it is, write down a date. And what I mean by that is write down a date as to when you are going to do that thing. So if you've been scared to do a park run, right? And you've been avoiding it because you're scared you're going to come last, or because you're scared you might not make the full 5 kilometers, or maybe you're scared that, oh, what are the other people going to think of me if I show up at the park run? Screw it, do it. Oh, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Screw it. Screw what the other people think. Screw the judgment passed from the other people. And I say that knowing that, most people won't even pass judgment because they're so busy focusing on smashing their own personal bests or smashing their own goals. And I use the park run for an example, but let's say that is your fear, going out there to run in public, or going out there to do a park run, or you're scared to go to the gym because of what people are going to think. I'll be honest with you, I was scared as well. And the reason why I mention all those fears is because it is not technically, it's literally my own fears that I had in the beginning as well. And I'll be honest with you that even now, I look back and I'm like, why was I scared of those things? Because none of it became a reality. And, that's why I say, face those fears, figure out what it is that you are avoiding. Why are you avoiding it? And is that the thing that is actually holding you back from moving forward, right? Remember what I said? Screw it, let's do it. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you like I usually do. Keep smiling, keep laughing, and always keep being kind to one another. Much love, your friend who also, like I said, faced all those fears as well, Mandy.